All right, we are live and direct. My name is Delz. Welcome to the weekly wrestling throwdown. I am your host, DJ Delz. I already said it once. I'll say it again. Subscribe here if you're new. Please hit the thumbs up button. And we have Nate Serpent on the way. And right now we've got the one and only Clint, a.k.a. Franchise Kicks on YouTube. Say what's up, man. What's going on with you, brother?
Hey, what's up, everybody? We got another week of wrestling. Clint Franchise Kicks. And last couple of weeks have been very slow for wrestling, very boring, very mediocre. But the past, 3 days, there's actually been a couple of things that have gone down. So thankfully, there's actually a little bit of interest for this coming pay-per-view.
Definitely. What would you like to speak about first?
One thing that I really liked was the Baron Corbin cash-in. Liked it, but also didn't like it because they wasted it, you know? And I guess go ahead and give a shout out to Nate.
Nate's in the building. Go ahead. We literally just started, bro. So we're talking about the cash-in at on SmackDown. Go ahead, Clint.
And I think with Corbin, his character isn't evolving quickly enough. So knowing Vince, he was like, screw him. So they wasted his cash in, but they should have saved that cash in for SummerSlam. Cash in on whoever wins between Shinsuke and Jinder, and then have him lose at SummerSlam for a bigger pop. But losing his briefcase at SmackDown didn't advance his character whatsoever. Just made him look weak. So that was the one thing from the past 2 days that really made me scratch my head of why they did it. But at least it gives us stuff to talk about, so that's good. But I think they wasted the cash in.
It was really bad as far as a look for Corbin too. Like, he looks like such a failure,
Oh yeah.
Like, he looks like the biggest failure, and it's almost a dagger in your career because if you look at it, who can we remember that had that happen to them? It was the only one I can remember is Sandow. I mean, I'm sure there was someone before that, but I can't remember. Who was
Cena? John Cena.
He failed too?
Yeah, he failed.
Which one was that?
I don't remember. I just know there were only 3 in history, and Cena was one of them.
Really? So what's your thoughts on the whole thing, Nate? Welcome to the show, by the way. Let us know your thoughts.
I kind of almost forgot. I ain't even gonna lie. But anyway, I thought they made him look like a scrub. Like, that was the worst possible way. Like, just losing is one thing, but that 5-second match roll-up was the dumbest look they could have done for Corbin, period.
And what was
so now
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying how, like, he must have pissed somebody off, and they just decided to humiliate him.
The thing that was so dumb is he walked away from the ring, right?
Yeah.
And then he, was, second guessing himself, you know what, let me go back. That's where it was, so dumb. You had it right there. But the writers had him walk all the way up the ramp, halfway up the ramp, and then come back. It was too much time, Yeah, what do you think about the all-in-all match, all in general, with Jinder Mahal and everything like that? Clint, go first, bro.
The Cena Jinder match from last night?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good match. Jinder, every week he's getting better and better in the ring. He's progressing as a wrestler. Personally, I don't view him as a jobber anymore because he can keep up with, mostly keep up with the best in the business. And but Cena, of course, put on his A+ Super Cena match as always. And the AA off the second rope was, of course, freaking awesome. And, of course, right then and there, Baron should have cashed in whenever he jumped in, broke up the pin. And but if Jinder would have lost, it would have been back-to-back clean wins or losses from Orton and Cena. And going into SummerSlam, that would have been horrible for Jinder. So guess it's all just a part of storytelling. But it was a good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. What do you think of it, Nate?
It was all right. I mean, honestly, I don't think Jinder should have had a match, not a singles match.
Too close to SummerSlam. I agree. I thought they should have just left it with that promo with Nakamura, and that was it, you know. But I guess they have an idea where they wanted to get that briefcase off of Corbin. They have plans for Corbin. They have to. They have to have some kind of other plan for him, or they just don't want him cashing that in at all in a bigger, you know, show. So
the only thing I can think of is they're planning to have him win against John Cena, because this is John Cena's last match on SmackDown. He goes to Raw after this.
That's definite, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was taking a break altogether because of that Bumblebee movie. Or no, not yet.
No, he's switching to Raw because his schedule has it, so he can only do the Raw stuff. So that's why he's just, yeah. But I think they're going to have Corbin beat the hell out of him.
What do you want to speak about? Go ahead.
I was going to say it might not even be a match. He might just beat the crap out of him before.
You think maybe he'll like brutally beat him up to the point where that's what like Cena will be MIA for a couple of weeks before he goes to Raw? Just so Cena can get a little bit of a break. Hit him with the stairs and all types of stuff. Just like completely just because like he feels so like played, you know, because he looked like a complete schmuck. Like Cena totally screwed him up when he jumped back on the ropes and distracted him. And then Jinder just rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3. So we'll see. What else you want to speak about with Raw, guys?
Raw. Golly, I watched that whole show and I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, like on Raw, some of the big things, I guess, is the reunion of the Shield.
Yes, we can talk about that.
3/4 Shield, and then the Tozawa took the belt, and
yep. Let's go with Tozawa, and then we'll go to the Shield, and then we'll go to the bucket of it was like Carrie, you know, like the horror movie Carrie. We'll go with Tozawa Shield, and then we'll go to the Carrie scene. Carrie, but I'm saying it all stupid. So Tozawa won. I did not see that happening at all. Did you guys see that happening, Nick? No?
Nah. Yeah, I was really surprised that they even had a match. It was weird. Like, they kept on putting the pay-per-view matches, like, on Raw and SmackDown, and it made it weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to see this. Why do we need it now? The same match, just on another day. It, like, kind of takes some of the steam out of it. But I did not see that coming. I thought there would be some kind of wonky ending at least. But he got the belt. He got the belt.
Yeah, he got it. And he should have got it the last time. It's just so weird how they did it. I think they're just listening to the fans. Like, the fans actually will accept him to be the champion. What was your thoughts on that? Were you totally surprised also, Clint?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I mean, I figured it would change hands at SummerSlam since the Neville run's getting kind of old. But I didn't expect it on Raw. But I guess this week it was kind of WWE's big surprise to have a title change on Raw, cashing on SmackDown, going into SummerSlam, you know. So, I mean, but they should save those pops for SummerSlam. Doesn't really make sense, but I guess there's a payoff for Sunday for Neville and Tozawa going at it, you know, for what, a third time now?
Yes.
So this is kind of like the rubber match. So it should be the last one. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Austin Aries should have taken that damn belt.
Exactly.
Neville,
I'm glad you said that because I was
they gave it to Tozawa over Austin freaking Aries. Are you serious? That pissed me off.
How many times did they have Austin lose? At least
I guess 3 times.
Three times. And he didn't win at all. And no disrespect to Tozawa, but Austin Aries is a way better performer than him. He's a great
Tozawa
talker.
is no Austin Aries.
Austin Aries was doing great, even just doing commentary.
Yeah.
And then they did that man so dirty. I don't know why, because I thought he was going to be a permanent person on WWE. He could have even made it to the main roster. I thought he was fantastic. I think maybe there was some blood, blood behind the scenes or something like that with someone, because, he's been in the industry a long time, Austin Aries. He's been
From what I
wrestling
heard,
for like 15 years, right?
yeah, he's been around a while. But from what I heard, part of the issue was that he thought he was bigger than 205 Live, which he is.
He is.
And attention backstage, which led to his eventual release.
So he came off kind of like an egomaniac, you're saying?
Yeah, but rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you feel like you deserve it, then sometimes you really do deserve it. Sometimes you come off as an egomaniac. But in this case, the man lost twice. Give him the win the third time. It's storytelling. It's not real. Like, there was no reason to have him even come to WWE if they were just going to have him jobbed out. I mean, I would have been pissed off too. Even though it's not real, why the hell am I here? Like, for what? I'm just going to lose 3 times to the champion. I've never even heard of that in wrestling, where the guy just keeps losing and losing and losing, unless it's just to put over the talent, like what Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. But Randy Orton is a huge monster star, and he's getting older, and he's putting it over, even though he's not really a young guy, Jinder Mahal. Actually, he is kind of young still. It's like 30 years old, I heard. But it just made no sense to me. With that said, we'll do that later. Let's go to the Shield 2/3 reunion. with the quick at the end. The timing. They were practicing that like all day probably. Yeah.
They're like both at the urinal side by side,
Hell yeah.
One hand here, the other hand just practicing, while they're both at the freaking urinal.
What was your thoughts on that, Clint?
Like I've said the past month, I don't like it. It's not an organic reunion. It's forced. And like Monday night, I was getting pissed off as a viewer because it's like either a freaking fist bump or just drop the shit. Just let it go because, Seth threw out his fist and Dean threw out his fist and Seth threw out his fist and Dean threw out his fist. And it's just like, make up your damn minds. And of course, then they had to beat each other up for about a minute. And then Sheamus and Cesaro came down and, had an impromptu kind of shindig. And then they fist bumped and the world's a better place now, I guess. But I don't like it. I think it's too soon for it. It's not organic. The crowd didn't ask for it yet. It's not like a Daniel Bryan kind of organic creation, which is what I like.
Well, the vibe I'm getting before we get to Nate, the vibe I'm getting right now is, they tried doing like the Team Hell No kind of thing where, remember, they both hated each other, Daniel Bryan and Kane, and then they slowly, even the same thing with what we got now with Cesaro and Sheamus. I love them two together. I think they work fantastic together. And at first I was like, this is stupid as hell. But now I love it. I don't want to see them broken up. These guys, in my opinion, are going to get the championship belts eventually, and they're going to be a duo. I don't see Roman Reigns going with the Shield for a little bit, but it was about time. It had to happen. If it wasn't going to happen last night, I was definitely agreeing with you, Clint. I'm tired of the, back and forth. No, I'm not going to fist bump you. Oh, no, I'm not going to fist bump you. Oh, no, I'm like, you did this. Like fucking children,
stupid.
Like, it was dumb. Nate, what's your thoughts, dude?
I'm gonna echo some of the same sentiments as Clint. It was kind of weird the way they did it. If it was me, I would have had not announced any tag team championship match for SummerSlam, and then just had it that something happens backstage at SummerSlam, and then suddenly you have this match now, and then they have the match, and it'll be a bigger deal. You'll get on like a major stage, and then there you go, and then they win the belts. So there you go. That would have been even huger. I do think they'll win the belts though.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go to Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. They had their little thing, little battle of the weird. And then we had like he just broke out a freaking bucket of like red. What was that? What
probably ketchup and corn syrup and water.
It was so
terrible.
Thick, right? It was thick.
It was thick.
It was thick red. It didn't seem like paint. It didn't seem like ketchup. But I mean, it was just ridiculous. In my opinion. I mean,
but why did they have Finn and Bray go head to head? 5 days before the pay-per-view? That's what I thought was so stupid. Like, they've got a pay-per-view match, but they're so mad at each other that they can't contain it. So let's fight before the pay-per-view.
They do that a lot, though. They do that a lot, like with the main events. Like you'll see Brock doing like something like that. But I mean, I don't know. It was just so random. It was so weird to see him break out the bucket of red. I guess supposed to symbolize blood, right? And just pour it all over. And Finn's just sitting there like on the ropes, like, oh, well, he's getting blood.
Dude just took it too. He just
pouring
took
a bucket of blood. How awesome is this team, by the way? Check out this team, man. You see that?
That's cool, yeah.
Is that a Walking Dead?
Yeah. Like that Beatles wave. I know you guys like Walking Dead. But shout out to Tino Evil, by the way. They sent me this. Man, I just thought it was so stupid. I thought it was really weird. And as we said last week, there's going to have this whole battle of the weird. Who could be more creepier? I could do the spider walk backward shit, shutting the lights and walking like a stupid cat to the smoke everywhere.
And now it's just fake blood.
Let's just hope they don't break out the imagery on the ring like they did with Randy Orton when there was like
WrestleMania.
Yeah, which was so silly. What the hell was that again? Maggots or something?
Like maggots. They had like the ring turned into maggots. God, it was stupid.
They put like a projector in the ring. That was the dumbest, it was so cringeworthy. I've never seen something so dumb in my life. Where they put it was so stupid.
That was the end of the House of Horrors match, right? Whenever they fought, and then they went back into the ring, and then the ring turned to maggots. The whole thing will go down in history as one of the worst segments in the history of our sport.
It's like
the House of Horrors.
It's like 9-10 o'clock at night. It's dark out, and Bray's driving back in a limo or something in the daytime. Like it was everything. There was no continuity at all with the whole match.
That is terrible.
It was like so bad. It was so bad because it was almost like some broken Matt Hardy stuff, except they were so serious. The whole shit was filmed so seriously. Like there was no let's try to make like some 80s corny, overshot, ridiculous stuff. Let's really just nail it. Some horror scene, Rob Zombie type shit. It was so bad. Awful.
B movie crap.
It was totally like a B movie, but taken seriously. Because some B movies are classics that have that have humor in it. What do you think? We'll talk because that's like me going into the pay-per-view. Let's go to SmackDown now, unless we can think of anything else, and we'll back and forth. With SmackDown, there was the whole thing with Shane in the ring with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and they had this whole thing where when AJ was like talking to Shane, like, you know, if you hit me again, basically saying, I'm gonna put my hands on you if you hit me again. Then there's a whole squabble that goes on, and then he gets super kicked. Shane McMahon gets super kicked by Kevin Owens. Where is this going? Where do you think this is going? We'll start with you, Nate, this time.
Where's it going? Clearly, it's
Down
going
the toilet.
to. It's just gonna be a free for all. Everyone's gonna be fighting. Shane will once again be put through some piece of furniture, and everybody will go crazy in the crowd.
I'm calling it right now. Shane will go off the top rope onto the announcer table, landing an elbow on someone or missing. I will call that right now. He will be a referee jumping off the freaking top rope.
It'll be on KO this time since he's already done it to AJ, right?
Yeah, there's too much tension. And in my opinion, it's so weird that they don't have him as an actual wrestler in the match. I feel like they set it up too early, where they could have set it up where it was like a three-way or something, and Shane could have wrestled and just lost, you know, like, even though I wouldn't even mind if he won. It would be interesting if he had the title. That'd be kind of interesting, in my opinion. Clint, what do you think about the whole ordeal?
The one thing I am impressed with is Kevin Owens is, you know, not a big boy, but he's a big boy, and to get his leg up that high to do a super kick in a person's face, man, that's tough.
Yeah, he's one of them fat people that's so athletic. You know, like that fat kid in school that would like be great in every sport. May not be I'm not talking about super fat, but you know, like the chunky dude that was great at soccer and baseball and every sport. I mean, I had a kid like that, you know. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys did, but he just is so athletic. He's an athletic guy. So, I don't mean to cut you off. I
was just impressed with the flexibility and the agility of a big boy, kind of like Kevin Owens. But I mean, it's obviously there's going to be some kind of clash with Shane and one or both of them. I guess. Will this kind of be the Shane heel turn kind of authority figure for SmackDown now, which kind of crossed my mind? You know, possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Since Daniel and Shane are both kind of good guy faces, and then, of course, your Raw, you got your Kurt, the face, Stephanie, the heel. So will this be the turn of Shane as the new authority on SmackDown, which I think this might be where it's going. I don't know. And it kind of makes sense, kind of. But I like Shane, though, as a babyface, just because I like the dude, you know, and he always wears Jordans, and he's got a cool song, and he dances, and the dude can wrestle. I mean, he's not the most talented, but he's not willing to risk breaking his neck. You know, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he's pretty ballsy.
Yeah, dude doesn't care. But, I mean, this is one of the matches that I'm intrigued the most on Sunday is this match of what's the payoff?
Yeah, that's the big question. What is the payoff? We'll see, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the actual predictions, which should be very shortly. There was a few other things that went down with SmackDown. I'm just trying to think exactly what. We did cover John Cena and all of that. Damn, what else happened? What the hell? What else happened?
That is the issue, isn't it?
What about with Brock Lesnar and everything with Raw? We didn't even really talk about that.
Because it was super lame and whack. That's why we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, what was it exactly again? I forgot.
They did that same thing where it was like they had him in the ring. Oh, and everybody had to come out and separate.
Yeah, one by one. Yeah, they all come out one by one with the music hits. They start going at it, and then dun then Roman Reigns are coming. Yeah,
it was so terrible.
Yeah.
Like they just recycling stuff now, like way too soon. Like they just did the same thing when Samoa Joe and Brock had their match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Samoa was in he was in the crowd and just yoked him up. What about Nakamura? Nakamura came in, cut a quick promo too.
It
What
was
do
a
you think?
decent promo, actually.
Yeah, I think he's getting
did
better.
a lot better. He did.
A little hard. I think a lot of people have been hard on him, but he's improved.
Which one thing that I actually did like during his promo, his first few, he'll say a few words, pause, and then I think about what to say next because he's trying to translate in his head. I liked how the crowd this week didn't do the what chant between his 3 or 4 words.
I hate that shit too.
I mean, the dude, he can't help it that he has to kind of think before he talks because the dude's Japanese, and so I liked it that the crowd this week was more respectful and didn't.
What are you saying? Japanese people got to think first. What you saying?
Well,
I'm offended.
Women can't
I have
ladders.
to go to my safe place
Japanese
now.
people have to think first before they talk.
I'm offended.
That's obvious, man. That's obvious.
I'm just messing with you. It's we got to just joke, have fun, I don't mean to offend anyone or be unsensitive of what's going on in the world today. I just feel like so many people are so sensitive about everything. Like people just hear one thing and then it's like they just go nuts. Like I'm offended. Why are you laughing now? You're offending me. That I'm offended. And you're offended. And we're all offended. Yeah, he's definitely doing better. He's definitely doing great. And at first I was saying he needs to shut up and just not speak at all, but I feel like he's doing. I like it. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I figured he would do better, but I just think they rushed him into the promos and stuff. Mm-hmm. He should have not been made to talk so soon because he wasn't ready yet. And now I guess they just threw him in, and he's having to get to that point faster, which I guess could be a good thing. We'll see.
I think WWE messed up with him, bringing him in and having that whole Dolph Ziggler feud. They should have brought him in right to the top because he's a top guy in Japan. People adore him. They love him. They sing the damn song and humming it. Clint does it every single Tuesday night. Same with me.
And I do all the hand movements.
We all do it. We like this.
All that shit.
Make the weird faces like nodding and spitting at the same time and all that.
Yeah.
But imagine if they just brought him right in and he became like the champion. He defeated. They just brought him right in. I think that would have been the best bet for him because he lost a little momentum and he's finally getting it back. When he came to NXT, people were kissing the ground he walked on. I felt like.
Oh yeah.
Do you agree, Nate?
Yes, and Triple H did a way better job with Nakamura than they're doing on the main roster. But I think just Triple H is more in tune with what wrestling fans want to see. So,
what do you think about Breezango lately? The promos past 2 weeks.
The fashion peaks. Oh, did you
notice?
Breeze had on again? He had on a wig and like a woman's kind of tight dress.
Why are they doing this wig thing again? They got rid of the wig last week.
Like 2 weeks, he went just himself, but he's back to play the female character. There's somebody in creative who likes him dressed up as a woman.
Yeah, there's a lot of homosexual undertones. Like when he was talking about anal probing and stuff. And he mentioned it this week and last week. He got probed by aliens and shit.
Oh, yeah. How Dangle was like, he's talking about that. And then he was like, oh, I should have said it, but it was a deep mental probe. Trying to take the gay swerve off of it. And then he pulls up this thing, this object that, and
but the wig is too over the top. He looks ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's funny without it. It's more funny. And then he has the Ascension. And I like the Ascension not wrestling. I actually don't mind them just being kind of like goofballs, just for them to bounce off of, someone to communicate with. They came with the pie and whatnot. And then there was
there's stuff a Band-Aid, like a used Band-Aid in it. There was a note. And the
note said like 2B or something.
Yeah, like the word TWOB.
Yeah.
And there was something else in the pie too, like something else gross was in the pie. And then Dango licked the the note, to get that red cherry off of it. It's just like, oh man, it was funny though. I like them.
I think it's pretty funny. Because when at first, if you noticed, when it ended, it said to be continued, and then it said in 2 years, and then it switched, and then it said in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
So I was wondering, I was just curious if you guys still want to watch this or not. But it seems like you guys still like it. I don't mind it.
I like it because it's different,
I like silly stuff on top wrestling, and you got to have some of it because it breaks up all the serious stuff. Because if it's too serious all the time, then it's just not what I like personally. I think we covered everything as far as getting to the actual pay-per-view, unless there's something that you guys could think of. Nate is scanning his brain just to see. Anything or not?
No, I'm ready to get onto the pay-per-view.
All right, let's rock.
There's a lot of matches.
Oh, there is? I don't even remember matches, man. Nate, let's go.
All right, the first match on the pre-show, or the kickoff show as they call it, is the Cruiserweight Championship. Akira Tozawa versus Neville.
You go first.
It would be a little weird if Tozawa lost already, wouldn't it? But I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it back to Neville.
So you're saying what?
I'm gonna say Neville wins because Titus screws this up somehow.
I'm with you. Exactly the same. I agree with, because who's going to be his competitor next? Like, who's the next to go guy? So they're going to probably stretch this out a little bit. So I agree. What do you think, Clint?
Well, I kind of think Apollo Crews might interfere in this match from pure jealousy, because he joined Titus Brand first and got no push. Tozawa joined after him and got the push, got the bell. And Apollo could be a cruiserweight. I mean, I'm sure he's probably about 205.
He should be a cruiserweight.
And so I think he might interfere in this match, cost the belt to go back to Neville. And then you've kind of got a trio. You got Neville, Tozawa, and Apollo all going for the belt. Titus Brand trying to choose who to go with, which could create some drama for 205 Live, which could be good for him. So I kind of think Apollo might turn. Probably won't happen, but in this mind, it makes sense.
Drop my phone. I think, like, to add on to what you're saying, if it does happen at SummerSlam, I don't think it's going to be a complete heel turn. It'll be like a oopsie, like just starting a little friction, like him trying to help and then mess up, kind of like Titus has in the past, and then he does it again and again and again. I don't think it'll be like straight off the bat, but I can see something like that happen, some kind of interference. We'll see. I'm gonna. So you're saying though that
Neville gets it back with, if my logic happens, just to create kind of like a triangle feud. Mm-hmm. That Neville gets it back from interference from Apollo Crews.
Okay. What do we got next, bro?
Next, and this surprised me quite a bit, the New Day versus the Usos, also on the kickoff show.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You've got them on the pre-show, but then you've got
they stole the show last pay-per-view.
You got Big Show and Cass on the main card.
Unbelievable.
This
is one of these. So you grab the hat and you just throw it. You just throw that.
Rusev and Orton on the main card.
That's stupid. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
Cass and Show should have been on the pre-show.
I'm going with the New Day. What about you, Clint?
New Day.
What about you?
New Day.
New Day. What do we got next?
Next is Big Show versus Big Cass.
With
Enzo in a shark cage.
Big Cass will win. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. I mean, we don't even really need to talk about this.
Yeah. Wait, maybe Clint disagrees. See what Clint got to say.
Cass has to win because Big Show if he wins, it helps Big Show, not Enzo or Cass. So it's got to be Cass.
Yeah, Cass got to win.
I mean, like, it has to be a beatdown too. He's got to beat the Big Show down.
Now, predictions. Will they give Enzo a mic?
They have to.
I might have to.
Enzo just cuts promos the whole time while they wrestle. Because there's no 0 times and this and that. He just and they're in there wrestling. The whole time he's just cutting promos.
I just trashed
5 minutes.
That might be a good match then.
That would be ridiculous. While the thing's swinging, the cage is swinging, and he's like, la 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 da 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 da, just talking shit on the microphone. Ridiculous. What's the next match?
The next match is Cena versus Corbin.
Who do you think's winning? I can't call it. Clint, you go first.
Man, this is tough now because of the failed cash in. This changes everything. I mean, Cena. Man, I really don't know. I'm gonna say Corbin just because you can't bury him any worse. And,
yeah, I think Corbin's winning. I mean, I think he's
gonna choose him.
The pulp out of him. He's gonna beat the pulp out of him with objects. Get disqualified. Just hit him with everything. The table, the kitchen sink, the works, you know?
So it might be a DQ then.
Yes.
Possibly.
What do you think, Nate?
I think Corbin will win. But, yeah, well, like I said earlier, I don't think it's even going to be a match. I think Corbin is just going to beat the hell out of him backstage before anything even starts, and that's it.
Yeah, you know what he likes to do? Not to cut you off, even though I keep saying that. You know what he's gonna do? Probably Corbin's gonna do. He's so famous for doing this. When John Cena comes out, Corbin's gonna come right from behind and just bang him, and then hit him, beat the shit out of him. The bell won't even ring, and just beat the living crap out of him. Because he does it a lot. He did it with Nakamura. He did it with a lot of dudes. So we'll see. So we all agree on that one. What do we got next, Nate?
Next is the Raw Tag Team Championship. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Rollins.
I'm going to say Ambrose and Rollins. Nate, what do you say?
I agree. Ambrose and Rollins are going to win this.
Go ahead, Clint.
2/3 of Shield will be victorious.
Yes. What do we got next?
Next is Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Randy Orton versus Rusev. I'm going to go with Rusev. He needs a win. I know Orton keeps losing, but I think Orton is just trying to help the company now. Honestly, he's just there to help the company. Put people over. What do you think, Nate?
I think Orton wins because he did them a huge favor with Jinder. I don't think he's ready to lay down for anybody else. So I'm going for Orton.
What do you think, Clint?
I would like to see Rusev win so he could get his push he was supposed to have. But at the same time, Orton's gotten buried the past 2 pay-per-views. So Orton's an asshole. So I'm going to say Orton, even though I want Rusev to win, I think Orton, being the prick that he is, will not lay down 3 pay-per-views in a row, and Orton will take the match and put Rusev back a couple of notches, which I don't agree with because Orton's a prick.
See, I'm just beginning to look at Orton now ever since that whole gender thing, when they did that whole program together where they were working together. I feel like Orton is becoming that older guy, almost like when they bring in older guys and they just work with the younger talents from when the Dudleys came back to even when, let me think of other examples, RVD. Remember when RVD came back? And he
RVD got buried.
Yeah.
Man, they buried his ass.
But he came back. I think that Orton is at that age now where he's just going to start laying down for people and putting people over. I may be wrong. We'll see. But I'm going to go with Rusev. I feel like Rusev's going to go off the hinges, do something outrageous, and win. What's the next match we got?
The next match is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
Finn Balor got to win. He's got it. He's going to come out in that whole demon outfit, crawling and all that yin yang. He's got her. That would make no sense if he lost that. What do you think, Nate?
So, first off, I'm a little annoyed. They should have never announced that the Demon King was going to be.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
I was like, why would you do that? They
do that for the casual fans that aren't used to this, that don't know about this, the casual viewers that watch once in a blue moon, which I still don't agree with it.
They should have never announced it. It should have just happened, and then everybody would have been like, oh, yeah, going crazy.
Yeah.
But I think Finn wins. Even though I like Bray Wyatt, I think Finn wins.
What do you think, Clint?
I love Finn Balor, but Bray Wyatt will take the W because I think we'll see Harper and Owen. We'll see them there at SummerSlam on Wyatt's side with the reformation of the Wyatt family, because Rowan and Harper's been off TV for since the Royal Rumble, I think. Maybe a little bit after that. So, I mean, there's been rumblings of Wyatt 2.0. I think Sunday's you're going to see Wyatt family back, and Finn will get beat, and then you'll see the rise of the Balor Club. And if you follow social media, the Hardy Boys and Finn have been teaming up for all the house shows now for the past month, every single show. And Matt started calling Finn by a nickname. I can't remember what it was now, though. And I don't know, but they team up a lot on house shows.
Yes, they do.
A lot.
Images, a lot of images.
So I could see.
Have a pose. They have a pose, where Finn's on the top rope, and then it's you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I could see, just think about this, though. You got the Wyatts, all three of them against, for the next few months, the Hardys and Finn Balor. Think of the promos. Think of the promos.
Great. I just don't like Finn talking. I just don't think he's a great talker, and I don't think that I don't know how it's going to work as far as the three of them. In ring, it'll work fantastic, but outside of who's watching TV? It's a little loud. If you could lower it a little, unless it's your wife, then then leave it. But if it's you, lower it. He's muted.
It ain't me.
Okay.
It ain't me.
Don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. I ain't messing with
her. Yeah, my wife is gone right now, and I told her if she comes back before 8, just to be quiet whenever she comes back in, where she doesn't walk in it's always Clint. Clean the litter box. It freaking stinks. Clint, why ain't you unload the dishwasher? I'm like, baby, whenever you come in tonight, just keep it down and bitch after the podcast.
I hear you, brother. Hey, it's better to have a lady than not to. As much as they drive us nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we at next, Nate? I can't hear you, dude.
There's still a lot of matches left.
Don't worry about it. Unmute
My
yourself.
bad.
Don't worry about it.
I forgot to unmute myself. The next one is the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss because Sasha Banks won on SmackDown, right? So she's probably gonna lose.
I agree.
In her hometown too, which is a rarity to win in your.
Did
hometown.
You see that boy smacking Alexa Bliss's booty?
That was awesome. I was jealous, dude. I was low-key jealous. I was like, man, that's not right.
That was so funny. That boy was so into the match. He was just like, damn, we smacked her butt. I mean, he was rooting for Sasha Banks. I don't think it had to do with anything naughty. It was just him, get just in the
I
moment?
bet it did. You know, he's a
Yeah, you think
teenage
so?
boy. He wanted to smack that ass. I bet he
Yeah,
did.
I thought it was funny as hell though. I
It
was
was very
dying.
funny.
So who do you think's gonna win, Clint?
Alexa Bliss, her reign, I've liked it. Sasha Banks had her time, and it's still the reign of Alexa until Nia Jax steps up and, challenges. Since Alexa and Nia are like best friends in real life and friend companions in the ring, so I think they would do some really good work together, kind of like the monster against, the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I see them feuding here very, very, very soon. So I think Alexa, she retains, possibly help from Nia Jax.
What
More
do
than
you think?
likely.
What do you think, Clint? I mean, Nate. Sorry.
I agree. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, yeah. There's nothing more or less to say. What do we got next, Clint? I mean, Nate.
Next is the SmackDown Women's Championship, Naomi and Natalia. I will just go ahead and say Naomi's going to win. That's
I
it.
want Natalia to win, so I'm just gonna say Natalia and be positive.
Natalia.
That girl deserves it. You deserve it. Clap, 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 clap. That freaking girl deserves it, man. All that work she's put into that damn company. Let her win the damn title once, for crying out loud. All those girls she trains.
She's laid down for a lot of
She
matches.
deserves it, and she wins. It's not gonna be ridiculous. Like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like,
The
let her
crowd's going to pop. The
Let
crowd
her
will
win
pop.
the damn title, WWE. Like, holy, she had one opportunity where they should have let her win. I forgot who it was against. I think it was against Nikki Bella at one point.
I
But
think so.
she got to win. I mean, why not? What the hell? She got fans. People like her, right? Or am I bugging?
I like her.
Yeah, all right. So there's two. At least there's one more person saying it. Leave your
Two people
comments in
the
the
whole world.
box. Tell me if you like Natalia or hell no. We want to see those comments. So if you're watching this on the replay, if you watch this live, leave the comments. Interact with us. We read the comments even after the show is not live. We have more people that watch after the show. And please stop looking all creepy, Nate. Oh man, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And what's the next match?
The next match is the United States Championship, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens, with Shane McMahon as the guest referee.
Who's gonna win? You.
AJ is going to win.
All right. What about you, Clint?
This is the match I want to see most on Sunday because of the angle in it. But I'll just go for my boy AJ Styles.
I agree. AJ too. It's all across the board, just because they're going to keep this going and keep this brewing. I think with Kevin Owens and Shane, there has to be more to this than just him refereeing. As I said, like I almost feel like they are behind the schedule where they could have actually had it a three-way, but they're going to build something up for a match with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. I'm sure Shane wants to work with Kevin Owens too. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you're Shane McMahon, he's worked with everyone. He's worked with AJ. They had great chemistry. They'll have a great match, Kevin Owens and him. They never worked together, right? Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon?
No.
So they should work together, and they're brewing this. This is the perfect time to just slowly get this story going. And after SummerSlam, I'm sure he's going to blame Shane for the reason why he lost again. Damn you. He's going to put his hands on him backstage, or maybe even after the match is over, he's just going to smack him with a chair or who knows what, put him in the power bomb or something. So that's my prediction with all that. What's the next match we got?
The next match we got
over here.
Damn, already? No, is there a... Yeah, okay. The next match is Jinder versus Nakamura for the WWE Championship.
Who you got?
This is hard.
Yeah,
because Jinder's like their man right now. but Nakamura is Nakamura. I'm just gonna say
Nakamura is gonna win. That's what I'm saying. And if Nakamura wins, we're buying T-shirts. Are we gonna buy T-shirts if Nakamura wins?
I've already got one.
You already got one?
I've already got one.
Do you have one, Nate?
I don't. I'll get one if he wins. But...
You will? Okay. But he's gotta hold it. He's gotta hold it till the no, we'll buy the T-shirt that night. We'll do it that night.
Because it'll probably be on sale that night.
Yeah, it will be.
But I think he wins, and if he doesn't win, we have to wear the gender shirt for the entire week.
Even on YouTube videos.
As punishment.
As punishment. Hey, that's better than buying the other T-shirt he got out.
I'm not buying another T-shirt.
No way. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man.
I already got the damn elephant shirt.
Oh man. So we're saying Shinsuke Nakamura, correct? What about you, Clint?
I'm curious, will the crowd chant USA?
Oh my God!
With the Japanese wrestler, the Indian wrestler, will the crowd break out and chant USA?
They probably will, because some of them are so stupid.
When both of them are foreign wrestlers, so
that's all the crowd knows how to do. USA or what? Or yes. Three things. That's all they know. What? Which I hate that. That what?
Yeah.
When people are cutting a promo, sometimes it's like, shut up. Stop saying what.
The what was cool during the Stone Cold time.
Yes.
Stone Cold, that's his thing, his saying, keep it in the Attitude Era. Like now, it's just, it gets old after a while.
It's okay sometimes, but it's annoying. Like, I remember when Vince McMahon was doing a promo and like they kept, last time he was there, it was a little bit ago, and they kept saying what? And I was like, dude, Vince McMahon's on the fucking stage. We don't get to hear him a lot. Shut up.
But to Vince is who it would make most sense to do it to, though.
Nah, I hear you.
I mean,
but still, I just hate hearing the what, because it's just it's annoying to me. I get annoyed at it. Who are you rooting for again, though? Nakamura or Jinder?
I like Shinsuke, but it's still the reign of Jinder. It's still his time, I think.
Singh brothers, they need their own T-shirt.
See, I'm not buying a Singh Brothers T-shirt. I am not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting the money on that.
If they win, you know we would have to do the Singh Brothers T-shirt.
No, we're not doing Singh Brothers.
I swear I troll them on Instagram sometimes. I follow one of them, and I say, dude, I want to join the Singh Brothers. I'm like, yo, where's the Singh Brother T-shirt? You know what I mean? Because I follow one of them, the one that always takes all those crazy spots, and all he does is take selfies with all the wrestlers. He's smart because he knows, his time is limited in WWE, so he's getting all the pics with everyone, all the selfies. He got pictures with everyone. You know what I mean? Because he's gonna eventually be independent, and he could show all that out when he's trying to get booked for shit. So, who's doing the independent scene again? What's his name? J&J Security. What were their names?
Jamie something? Does that sound right?
The one with the bald head. I heard he's going to the independent scene again.
Because one of them is still under contract, and he's kind of like a backstage guy.
He was the one that he was in the scene with Braun Strowman when he was in the truck. The other guy.
I think his name's Jamie.
Yeah, I don't remember what his name is, but he's doing indie shows now, I'm hearing. He just announced it today on Twitter. He said, so, hey, you may see him at your local, place. So, we'll see.
Talking about Jamie Noble?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. Jamie Noble.
Is he worth the Jack Swagger price point at $1,000 a show?
Holy shit.
The homeless Jack Swagger?
Yeah, that was bad. That outfit was terrible.
Jim Short Swagger.
Shit.
What's the next match?
The last match.
Wow. Oh, see, we went through these pretty decent. I thought it was gonna be like you're gonna give me like 100 matches tonight.
Well, that's because there's a lot of crap matches we didn't even bother talking about.
Oh, we gotta talk about all of them. Come on.
No, I mean I went through them all, but
Okay.
the last match, the 4-way for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, and Braun Strowman.
Brock Lesnar will win. I know everyone says he's not because he's gonna go to UFC. He's gonna win. And then he's gonna say, I don't want this title no more on Raw. He's gonna throw the title in the ring. I don't want it no more.
That'd be badass if he did something like that. Crowd would pop.
Can you imagine if I'm right now? How fucking awesome that'd be.
He's booked for a Raw on Monday, so he's going to be there.
Yeah,
Raw. So I mean, he's there to throw the belt back down. So
how badass if it was like, you know what? I'm done with WWE right now. I'm done with this. You threw me in this 4-way, trying to play me like a fool. Done with this.
That'd be badass, man.
Then Paul Heyman, no, Brock. I can't do a Paul Heyman, but they're trying to stop him. And then Paul Heyman will stay and manage Samoa Joe after.
Brock will F5 Paul Heyman.
Yeah. They'll never do that.
What if he did that, man?
But I never thought they were going to do what they did with CM Punk and Paul Heyman, but they did. I think if that doesn't happen, who I would like to win would be Samoa Joe. I would like Samoa Joe to win. I don't want to see Roman Reigns with the title. Brock. I'm like fucking
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Oh, I am so retarded. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry, I don't mean to insult retarded.
You're pissing everybody off tonight, man.
I'm God. I am shot. I'm literally, there's something seriously wrong with my brain. There definitely is. I said Braun Strowman. That's what I meant. But I was thinking Roman and Broman. So Broman. So Braun. I think Braun won't win the title. I just can't see him winning the title. But if he did, I wouldn't be mad at it. What do you think, Clint? Go ahead. I feel like you're ready to speak.
I agree with Braun that he will get the belt, but not yet. It's not time. And whenever he gets the belt, he'll have it for a long time because he is truly a beast. And if you noticed last week, he went back to his old shirt and ditched the whole Braun.
Yeah, that shirt is horrible. I see someone in the crowd wearing it. I was like thinking to myself, you look like an idiot wearing that shirt. It's just a bunch of letters.
He went back
stupid
to his old shirt because I think he probably felt the same way that, man, my shirt's
such a
stupid.
New York jerk. Unbelievable. What's wrong with me? What do you think, Nate?
I think Samoa Joe wins.
I would love that. And I was never a big Samoa Joe guy until he did what he did to Brock Lesnar. And before that, kind of promos and when he had Paul Heyman in the corner, like yoked up and just talking. I was like, yo, I like this guy. You know what I mean? I like this dude. Actually, also, I liked him when he had his little feud with Nakamura. That was pretty good, too. But like before that, I never was really into Samoa Joe. Even during TNA, I watched a lot of TNA. Wasn't super crazy about him, but I want him to be the champion. But I just have a funny feeling Brock Lesnar will win on Sunday. I really feel like he will. It's going to swerve everything from all the media reports about UFC and blah blah blah. I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm saying Brock. You're saying. Nate, you're saying Samoa, and Clint, you're saying.
Well, I haven't predicted yet, not yet, but I don't know. I'm saying Joe.
Okay,
it's got to be Joe because the belt needs to be on Raw every single freaking week. Brock as champ's great, but you see the belt 4 times a year.
Yeah, this part-time stuff sucks, you know.
But, I mean, it's got to be Joe.
Yeah. I like Joe's theme music too. Like when he walks in, you got them horns and shit. Dun, 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 dun. This shit is hard. Like when he walks in, it's like, and he's just like this goon. You know what I mean? Like I like someone with Joe. Like
I was just about to say that's goon music.
Yeah, like you know how much music means to me, especially with wrestling. Like you hear me talk about it all the time. That music is everything. That music, that's the music. That's the kind of music that Nia Jax should be walking out to. Like that kind of shit. Not I'm whatever girl shit. I'm not like this or what is it called? How's it go? Sing it to me, Nate. But keep your shirt on when you sing it. How's it go? This song?
I'm not like most girls.
I'm not like most girls. Like imagine she came out to dun 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 with the Samoa Joe and she just walking out like this dun 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 dun. That shit would be hot, man. But not like I'm not like whatever the fuck. I can't even think of how the song goes. It's totally blocked out of my brain. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this pay-per-view prediction show. What's up with the Hardys? Nothing, because of the fact that what were those two guys?
The Revival. Yeah.
They're so injured. They get injured like so easily. It's a shame because they were really entertaining. But one of them screwed his bicep up. And
I think that one guy, I think they said he'll be out for like 6 months at least now. So, I mean, the Hardys have got to do something new now, which with Finn Balor would make sense.
Because surprisingly, I say it all the time, how a lot of these NXT guys, they're super over, and I like them in NXT, and then when they come to the big leagues, I don't like them. When they were in NXT, I was like, what's the big deal about these guys? I don't see what's so great about them. But when they came to WWE, I was like, I love these guys. I started liking them more than ever. It was a total opposite with me as a fan, as a viewer. And, of course, this shit happens. And I was really into the whole feud with the Hardys.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like they worked great together. And how are the Hardys not going to be on this pay-per-view? How is that even possible?
There was actually, what was it?
Like, they're the Hardys.
There was a speculation there might be 2 matches more added on for Sunday that I was reading about at CBS Sports. Impromptu matches of the Hardy Boys versus Anderson and Gallows, and the IC match Miz versus Jason Jordan. It has been speculated by CBS Sports. Possibilities for Sunday.
Jason Jordan, get him out of here. Horrible.
I'm gonna get you guys. I'm gonna get you.
He needs to turn heel. He's got to turn heel.
But is that going to help him though? I mean his mic skills are just awful.
No one likes him. He's boring.
But he'll still be boring though, I think. He just has no charisma.
They can have a storyline where his dad is upset and it's just gonna sell the whole thing better. Like, this is just stupid. I don't know. It's just a failed team, I guess. Anything else you guys want to speak about? What do you guys think about the independent wrestler Joey Ryan? Do you know who he is?
I've heard of him, but I don't know who he is though. But I've heard about him.
He's the one that there's because he recently had an independent match where he was with Mick Foley, and his claim to fame. Do you know what Joey Ryan's claim to fame is?
Nope.
He has a move called Dong Style, where the guy.
The guy who I know who you're talking about now.
He'll grab. If he started in Japan. The guy will go to grab him, and then he'll put his penis in front of his hands, and then the guy will grab his penis. And supposedly, like he plays the role like his penis is so strong, he holds his hand. So the guy's sitting there like stuck by his wang, and then what he'll do is he'll like go like this, and he'll flip the opponent. You've never seen this?
Yes, I have. I watched him on YouTube a few times.
Okay,
yeah I watched that.
A few times. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about now.
It's so funny. He had an independent match, and he did that to Mick Foley, and Mick Foley had Sacco. So Mick Foley goes to hit him with Sacco, and then Joey Ryan jumps up. So he jumps up, he just hops up like this. So then Joey Ryan grabs Mick Foley grabs Joey Ryan by his wang, and then he's like this, and he's like, and then people come in like there's like 5-6 people, security are coming. They try to pull Mick Foley away from him. Have none of you guys seen this with Mick Foley?
You gotta
watch it. You gotta go on your computer, search Joey Ryan Mick Foley. So there's a bunch of people trying to pull Mick Foley's arm, stuck on the thing. And then all of a sudden he goes, and then all the security guys and the other wrestlers from the back, they all just fly, but they fall back. As soon as he goes, they're like, they fall back.
So and then, it's very powerful.
Yeah, it's dog style, the U-porn-plex. He calls it the U-porn-plex. So then he's still stuck with Sacco, and then he does it one more time. He goes, and then he goes, and then Mick Foley takes a bump and literally flips over and lands on the mat. Mick Foley, who was so hurt, he lost so much weight, he actually does a bump in the ring. I mean, kind of looks like he did a forward roll, but I mean, you got to give him some freaking credit, Mick Foley. But I was hoping when you guys seen it because it was so funny. I thought it was. Some people really hate it. They're like, "This is so," They think it's gay or this that. It's funny, I mean, it's
very funny.
It's comedy. Some people are so. I think some people are just so insecure about just sexuality. They can't just take something as humor. You know what I mean? They got to look at it for more than what it is instead of just. It's being upset about it, I think some people are insecure, but you got to watch that video. It's so damn funny. I mean, he's all dressed up, Mick Foley, head to toe. He got the red vest, he's got the shirt, he's got the Sacco. You have to watch it, and if anyone's watching this, you got to watch it. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description box below. It's a must watch. But I check Joey Ryan's stuff out. He's got some funny matches, man. He's got matches with Cody Rhodes that are pretty good. He even had a match where he wrestled Cody Rhodes' wife.
Brandy,
who's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty hot. And she was doing you got to watch this match. This match is crazy. She's taking crazy bumps into thumbtacks on the ground. Yes.
God damn.
Craziness, dude. This chick, she's a wild girl. Like, you see her in WWE, she seems so wholesome, well spoken and just so pretty. You see a girl that's so pretty, you're just like, you think that she would never lay on tacks, take a bump. But she's too pretty for that, you know what I mean? But she's freaking rocks out, man. She does crazy spots, man. She's kind of rough with wrestling still. But she's trying, and if you're gonna take bumps and take them on tacks, it's pretty hardcore. I mean, it was in her. You see the tacks in her arms and her shoulders. You're like, damn, dude. But Cody Rhodes seems like a wild boy, so I would assume his girl got to be a little wild too, So, anything else you guys want to speak about before we go?
Adam Cole signed a contract with WWE yesterday, I think, or today or yesterday.
Do you feel like this is going to be something that's going to work, or are you a little undecided about it?
I bet he goes to NXT first because they need talent in NXT. And, I mean, most wrestling fans should know who he is. I think most would, but I think he would do well.
But as much as we feel that way, there's so many people that watch wrestling that don't have time to, or don't even know about reading websites or catching up on all these other talents and stuff like that in the indie scene, like all these
watching Lucha.
in all these indie darlings. Like there's so many people that don't even know what Lucha is. I heard that Lucha still hasn't signed a new deal yet. That's another rumor I heard.
That's bad. I hope they do.
That would be very sad if they didn't. And if you really look at it, a lot of their talent is doing a lot of indie shows now. John Morrison, I think, is in Impact now, if I'm not mistaken.
He signed with GFW, so he's done with Lucha now. Sounds like.
And to me, he was a big player in Lucha Underground. I thought he was one of the main guys. Him, Matt Cross, who's son of Havoc,
and then of course Brian Cage
Brian Cage. Brian Cage is gonna be here in a couple of weeks.
Brian Cage, that dude's a beast.
Yeah,
big
I
man.
like Brian Cage.
He is awesome. And you got like your Pentagon Dark. He's really good. But he doesn't translate well because he has to think before he talks, though. So.
Yeah, but I like them. Also, what's his name with the Prince Puma?
Oh, yeah. Who's what's his Ricochet?
Yeah,
his name.
But I think I like him better as Prince Puma than Ricochet.
He looks better with the mask on than outside the mask.
And I hate people that wear masks, but for some reason I connect with that character.
And supposedly Rey Mysterio's leaving to sign with GFW. That's what they're saying. That of course Lucha season 3 had, I think, like 10 episodes left, and John Morrison is still the champ. So, which is kind of weird that he still has the belt. You know how they tape like 4 or 5 months straight, like they'll just tape it and then they show it. So he still has the belt, but he signed with GFW. So it's kind of, he's obviously going to drop it.
How many more new episodes are there?
There's like 10 left in this season. I think there's like 9 or 10 left. So,
but yeah, from my understanding, they haven't taped in a long time. Because even when I interviewed Willie Mack, they weren't like. Did you? I don't know if you've seen that when I interviewed Willie Mack.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That was a few months ago, and he said that they haven't been filming. So we'll see. And I still heard that they haven't been filming. So I think they're way too successful to not be filming. Maybe because of the fact that they signed with what they signed with, what the hell is it called? The
Lucha or El Rey Network?
Nah, what's the internet thing provider they signed to? Not Redbox. What the hell is it called?
Oh, Netflix has.
Netflix. I'm just froze for 1 second, man. Now that they're on Netflix, maybe they're like trying to negotiate something with make it a
That's
Netflix.
Actually possible. Just to drop like the entire season just at once.
Because Netflix is really like trying to like put out original content all the time. Because a lot of people are always looking for something new to watch on Netflix, so they're always looking for something new, something exclusive. So
Lucha might do well there. It's just their own series. It might, because on the El Rey Network, a lot of people don't get that channel. And so like a lot of people just have to watch it, like online at those websites that, show it illegally. But if you watch it on Netflix, then that might benefit them more, maybe.
Do you watch Lucha Underground at all, Nate?
No, I don't get the channel.
So I used to watch it like crazy, but the problem is there's so much to watch. And I just don't got the time anymore. I feel
it's only an hour though. Like it's actually an hour show that
it's always 1 hour. Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. Like they put so much into the hour where you watch it, like you don't fade away. You don't start looking at the sky, like it's an hour show packed. And then like they've got crazy talent there. I mean, crazy talent.
Oh yeah. I used to love watching. The only reason why I stopped watching, I stopped having time, man. With all the other stuff that's on, it's like how much of my time am I gonna get to do this? I got these kids, I got 2 little kids and stuff, so I could barely even watch the WWE stuff as it is. As I said, I'm watching on YouTube now because it's so much easier to just filter in what's the main stuff. But I'm definitely going to catch up with Lucha Underground. I've been a supporter since day one. They actually got a lot of love from me, too. They follow me on Twitter and show love on the DMs and all that. So I'm hoping to get an interview with Brian Cage soon.
That'd
Is
be
that
awesome.
his name? Yeah, Cage.
Yeah. And Lucha is just Cage, but on the Independence, it's Brian Cage.
Yeah, because he's going to be up here in September. Jericho's going to be up here soon too, right?
Oh, damn.
Nate sent me something. What's his deal again?
It's Fozzy. It's the band. They're gonna be in your neck of the woods.
Wow.
A week before my wedding. Let's see if I can make it out there.
Oh boy, you get
Better go to it.
Are you nervous about tying that knot? He's like, it's nothing.
Nah.
The only thing it's just, to me, it was just when you're like in front of all these people and you're doing it, it's just like you feel a little weird, That's what I was like.
Just don't start crying.
Yeah.
Don't start crying.
I know, little bitch.
He's gonna
Don't start crying. You try to see her vows, just sobbing, because I had a cousin that got married years ago, and the dude couldn't say his vows because he was crying so hard. It was embarrassing for him, and I make fun of him still to this day about that he cried like a little bitch during the whole wedding. The whole wedding, just downpour crying. It was pathetic.
He's talking about himself too. You know that name, right?
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm just messing with you. Oh man. Well, we're gonna end the show right here, guys. Tell them where they can find you, starting with Clint.
You can find me at YouTube at youtube.com/franchise kicks. Upload 3 to 4 times a week. Instagram and Twitter at the handle @franchise kicks.
Nate, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Nate Serpent, SERPANT. Yes, it's spelled incorrectly. Whatever. You can also find me on Twitter and IG at the same, except Nate_Serpent, and you will find me. Follow me. All that good stuff. Share, because sharing is caring.
Follow them. And I'm going to have their info in the description box too. If you're watching right now, it's not there, but as soon as I get off here, I'm going to add it. And you're on my secondary channel. I have a sneaker channel that's way bigger than this, but here I have wrestling. I have all types of stuff. I did an unboxing on some pop figures, which has become my new addiction. I've been going crazy with pop figures now. Unbelievable, man. Game of Thrones. I'll show them real quick. Game of Thrones. I got this cream right here. Damn, what the fuck? Game of Thrones right here. And then I got this one right here. This one's kind of dope right there. I shave my head, and then I have shaving cream in the back of my head. I like to shave my head. I shaved my head real quick before I came on here and just rinsed my head real quickly. An idiot I am. It's all right. I can call myself an idiot, but you better never call me an idiot. But yeah, subscribe to this channel. We talk sneakers, wrestling, Star Wars, all types of nerdy things is over here at the Delz Show. I have my other channel, The Sneaker Addict. I have my t-shirts. You can buy a t-shirt. That's in the description box. Got the new Pequeño Juan tee that matches my upcoming sneaker right here. And these will be releasing next week. Thank God, finally. These Sauconys will release next week. One of the best sneakers of the year. Something you'll be able to wear every day and not look crazy. And I love them. Absolutely love them. August 25th, they should release at noon. Saucony.com. Get yourself a pair. And with that said, we'll see you next week. Peace.